The outbreak is hitting the Midwest hard. The number of cases in our state nearly doubling in 1 week, now standing at 2,600. An Ohio woman became extremely sick, and we've been learned she's now hired a lawyer. Keith Grant has the breaking details.
Tamara Stewart from Parma Heights became extremely sick earlier this month. Her $3 taco at Taco Bell has cost her thousands in medical bills. She ate at Taco Bell on July 6th, and 2 days later, she was in the hospital with cyclosporiasis and had to have surgery.
She had horrible diarrhea, bad abdominal pain, severe cramping, so bad that they had to remove her gallbladder.
She spent weeks in the hospital and was released Thursday, according to her lawyer. Ron Simon is her attorney. He's a national food safety lawyer. He wants Taylor Farms and Taco Bell to cover her hospital bill. The FDA has linked lettuce from these two companies to the outbreak.
Why Taco Bell specifically?
In the United States, we have a doctrine called strict liability, which means if a restaurant or a grocery store sells food that poisons people, they're liable whether or not they know it was poisonous.
Taylor Farms has pulled lettuce from shelves, and Taco Bell has pulled shredded lettuce from its menu nationwide. But cases keep climbing in Ohio. That's why the CDC has sent investigators to the state at the state's request. The FDA says the likely source is shredded iceberg lettuce. Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. saying the outbreak's under control.
Our cases nearly doubled from the week before this last week. Does that look like an outbreak that's under control?
This cyclospora outbreak is not under control. It is out of control.
The CDC's investigators are in Ohio right now talking to people with cyclosporiasis. The investigators will be here for 3 weeks to try and pin down where this outbreak started. Keith Grant, 19 News.